想象一下，当你抬头望向天边的云朵，那份轻盈与宁静，是否让你瞬间感到心旷神怡呢？若将这自然的美妙元素融入家居环境中，不仅能够提升整体空间的舒适度，更能彰显主人对细节的品味和追求。本期视频带你走进著名画廊家圣德拉姆·泰戈尔先生位于纽约的空间，认识一位以绘画云朵而闻名的艺术家，盘点其个展中值得收藏的投资级佳作。Hello, Sundaram. It's a pleasure to see you again, and congratulations on this stunning exhibition.
Thank you, Kiran, and welcome. Delighted to have you with us. And this beautiful exhibition of Miya Ando Blue Sky Codex, latest exhibition, and you can see the focus is mainly principally on skywriting or sky. And we'll talk more about that in a minute.
Miya Ando, celebrated for her iconic depictions of the clouds and masterful use of metal, is one of the most sought-after artists in your program. Before we dive into this exhibition, could you give us a brief introduction about the gallery and the artist?
Our gallery was founded 25 years ago in Soho, New York, and we focus on the idea of intercultural, cross-cultural dialogue. What that means is third culture or globalization. I believe globalization captures the spirit of zeitgeist of our time. Humanism is a very, very important part of a focus of the gallery. And how are we connected as human beings from across the globe? And so we show a global representation of artists. And Miya Ando, who lived in Japan, her father is Japanese and grew up in a temple producing samurai swords. So she got interested in metallurgy. She really knew the composition at a very early age and how metal worked. And then she moved with her mother to redwood forest. You know, it's a biblical in nature. Magnificent, huge trees, 2,000-year-old. Within that, when you look up, is these great skies. And so those are kind of nature played a very, very important role in her. She is drawn to her foundation of her work happens to be the idea of impermanence life. And that is the basing, the fleeting clouds.
Exactly. Her works reminds me of the passage of time. And there are countless expressions and shades of blue. The artist describes this series as a map of the sky, a record of time, and a reflection of herself in the world, captured through these subtle variations of blue.
Yeah, she talks a great deal about locating herself within the coloration. She was explaining at one point that there are 40 different names for coloration blue, which you don't have it in the Western culture. Much more limitation. So on one level, macro level, we have the world famous photographer, Edward Burtynsky from Canada, focused on the idea of land. And he takes photographs of 700 feet above. When you look at a land, immediately what comes to mind is that where's this land? Which country? Where's the boundaries? What's the composition? But the sky belongs to everyone. The universal nature of sky. And that is very appealing. So, you know, at a very early age, she got recognition. She showed her works at the Los Angeles County Museum, at the Asia Society in Houston. She showed her work in Isamu Noguchi Museum in New York. And these are just a few names to mention. She got the Paula Krasner Grant Award. In 2018, she was invited to wrap the clock tower next to the Faina building during Art Basel, Miami. She wrapped the clock tower and the clock tower disappeared. And all these people who flew in and saw her works recognized her. And she gained recognition very quickly after that. She started painting on metal and steel, aluminum, and these have a certain sense of horizon line, if you see. But what's really important about these paintings are the kind of ephemerality, evanescent quality about these works, where they're fleeting and you know life is impermanent. And she's creating this painting by using actually blowtorch, fire, and she's pushing colors to using the fire. So the fire becomes the brush and the surface, the metal, is the canvas. Through that, then she shifts into a sky painting that has a different methodology of painting because she's using a composite metal. Within that, she's using resin, she's using wash technique, in a way watercolor-like, but it's done using chemicals. She's washing the canvas and then using photographic technique and burning it into the painting. So all of these becomes a mixed media, which is very contemporary and a forefront.
Exactly. Such a beautiful and poetic process. What I also like about her work is that she leaves some areas bare to reveal the metal's natural sheen.
Yeah, I agree with you. So the idea is that the metal surface is cold, metal surface is hard.
Exactly.
And within that, she's creating a kind of world, clouds or horizon line, ocean meeting land, and mist. And that softness is that contradiction that we occupy in our day-to-day existence. Philosophically, her work has a lot of meaning. And she's fusing Asian ideas and merging it with the Western culture.
Imagine transforming your home with Miya Ando's blue painting, infusing your space with lightness, elegance, and tranquility. I think her ethereal clouds creates a serene and expansive atmosphere, connecting your interior with the quiet beauty of nature.
Yeah, as you know, I have a Miya Ando hanging in my home. And what's interesting about Miya Ando, there's this duality in the context of, on one level, it requires attention, another level, it blends in with the total environment. And so that part, a strong personality and the personality that merges with her environment is very appealing for a lot of collectors.
And I think her art goes beyond mere aesthetics. It's about inner peace and wisdom. 那我们今天的画廊私访就先到这里。如果你想要收藏视频中介绍的藏品，可以在视频下方找到我们的联系方式。如果你喜欢本期的视频，别忘了点赞、评论、收藏、转发。我们下期见啦！